and welcome to the Solano College Sports Network. I am Mason Flores, and joining me today is Azalea Cannon. And we have a battle between the Los Medanos Mustangs at the Solano Falcons. The Mustangs are coming off a 14-game losing streak. They are 1-16 so far this year and have been struggling to get any sets. Azalea, what is the key to them being able to get on track?
You know, today I think that after watching them, I think that defense would really help benefit them during this game. As for our team, we have a very strong offensive team, and they're very good at hits. So I would say that, especially for their back row team on the opposing team today, I think that they just got to stay real low in order to pick up those hits that our team gives them in order to get some points.
Yeah, Solano, they're on a 6-game winning streak, and they started the season off 6-11, and they have gotten right back onto where they expected to have this year with a 3-0 record against conference opponents. They have a total record of 12-11, and they have been in the middle of the pack so far this year. And like you said, the Falcons looking to attack early.
Yeah, we'll see how today plays out. I think there's hope.
As we get started.
Ooh.
There's a point right for the Solano Falcons right away. Like I said, starting off quick and fast. That was number 4, Gianna Gintu with the serve. And she is with the serve again.
Nice.
Served up.
Up.
Save.
Nice save.
Great sequence of events for the Falcons right there. Set up. What
Big
great block.
Oh. So what just happened is on the opposing team, there was a call for 4 touches. So that was just an automatic point for Solano. Okay.
Great hit again. This Falcons team playing very patient.
Nice.
There's another point for this Falcons team, and they're very organized so far today.
Yeah. They have some pretty strong hitters, especially their outsides. So they'll get a lot of kills today.
Served again. Agintu. And there's a point. First point for the Mustangs so far today. Just a bit too strong. Now we got Bakshi with the serve for the Mustangs.
Nice serve.
Just
right for the kill.
a little too late. Great job right there, getting in the open space right there for number 15 on the Mustangs, Wander White. There's another serve. It's too strong. Point for the Falcons.
See, we have a lot of strong servers on our team too. But, you know, what's important is that they make it in the court and not out to get the points.
Another serve. Number 2 served that right there. Great block again.
Good block.
Number 11 for Solano, Caliboso. There's a hit, and there is a point right there. Number 3, Liliana Mass. Great play right there.
Great. This honestly would have been a point for the opposing team if the girl in middle back.
Hit it?
Yeah, if she didn't if she didn't give them a touch.
Man, and the Falcons again right there. They're just really good at rotating so far. When someone's on the ground, they're ready to get back up. Here was the serve. Falcons have early control of the game so far of this set. There's another point for the Falcons. The Mustangs so far, they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
Yeah, I think it's really finding the contact on the ball before they hit it over to the team, which would help a lot if they
Good
get a
dig.
little higher.
Number 10, another point for the Falcons. Number 10, Fatula Teo hit it a little too strong. They need a little more touch, would you say, for the Mustangs?
So when the hitters are hitting the ball to the opposing team, it's ideal to get their highest point of contact to their full reach when they're hitting the ball so that it goes over the net. And from what I'm seeing so far is that for the Mustangs, they're contacting the ball a little too low to where it's going into the net. There's also been a little messy defense I've been seeing in the back row that could easily be prevented if maybe they push back a little more. I see that they're a little too close because when they're receiving a serve from Solano, they're reaching way beyond their heads, which, when they get the ball, it should be right in front of them. So I think that could really help. I hope that's what they talked about on their timeout. So we'll see from here.
Yeah, 8-2 game so far, set so far. And Hadlocone with the serve.
Nice serve.
Number 5 right there.
Nice
in there for
play.
Right. Oh, another great hit.
Amazing dig.
Solano Falcons just willing their team so far, and really their front line is what has been the story so far, and the serves have been incredible so far.
Yeah, they have very strong service.
Another great block.
See, that was a big block by the middle.
A lot of momentum. This is a very momentum-driven sport. Oh,
Nice
great.
up.
Oh, nice rally here. Another set. And 5 is there. Level.
Get up.
This is great defense so far. Incredible spike, incredible sequence of events for the Falcons right there. Staying poised and keeping control of the ball the whole time.
Yeah, they had really good defense during that play. They did try calling a touch on our team or a net on our team, but it's hard to tell sometimes when the ball hits the net and from when the player hits the net. So from what it looks like, they were good, though.
And this defense for the Mustangs has been a little out of sorts, as you pointed out.
A little scrappy.
Great block right there, number 20.
Up. Oh, net.
Point for Solano, but number 20 up there, tall number 20, Gwen Loebs Stipes.
So what happened, she net as she was trying to, it's called jousting, when both blockers go up against each other to try and block the ball. She net while she was trying to joust.
Oh, wow. Incredible serve. It seems like just Mustangs were just a little too slow to get there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes when it comes to for short balls, when it comes to serves, because it happens so quick. Seems
like Teo was a little too impatient, or a little too patient. Oh, great sequence of events right there. Great play for the Mustangs. And all it takes is just momentum to swing in the other direction for you to start racking up points.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of energy when it comes to hitting the ball and getting killed.
And so far, Solano has been the better communicator in terms of a team so far. You can hear them talking to each other as they are coordinating another attack. Great defense right there from the Mustangs. Great block. Again, number 3, Liliana Mass. She's been playing great so far. And Aguiar is in the game now. In the front. And Level with the save, or with the serve, excuse me. Seems like they are attacking that right side. A great touch right there from the Falcons. Falcons communicating well. Aguiar with the spike. And there's a point for the Mustangs. Great block right there. They've had some blocks so far. They've been able to get that, but
Yeah, they've been getting a lot of blocks. But for our team, the defense on the last play wasn't ideal, whereas the libero had to get the second set of hands, as for the setter couldn't get the ball. I mean, it still worked out, so they're good, but
spacing.
Maybe a little more pacing would do.
Wow. Ball rolls on the top. Great touch right there. Great misdirection. Get up to Aguiar. Once again, another point. Aguiar was a star for this team last year, and she's doing it again.
It was a nice kill by the Oppo.
We had a little disruption on the court. We're back in play. Serve for the Falcons. Ball hitting high. Hit, that is out. Point for the Falcons. Just domination so far for this Falcons team. They seem more organized and more spaced out. They're giving each other space. And I think that's what the difference of the game has been. So of this set so far is the communication and being able to play defense. I mean, Mustangs have been able to block well, but their offense has kind of just been not being able to handle this defense from the Falcons.
Yeah, I think a lot has to do with ball control for the Mustangs. A lot of times the balls are going out of bounds or it's going into the net. And, they could have had a few good rallies if they didn't hit the ball out of the court. So I think that just good ball control when it comes to passing, not being too overpowering when it comes to your platform would really help a lot, control the ball. Other than that, that's really, I feel like that's the main thing they have to work on because, I'm seeing a lot of scrappy, running around the court during the play. So I think that would help them a lot when it comes to going against the Falcons.
And it's hard to gain any momentum when you're hitting the ball out and you're just giving up free points for this Solano team. And you can't do this when this team is very good defensively.
Yeah, and also energy has a lot to do with how every player plays on the team. Like, Solano compared to Falcons, Solano's very, excited. So I think that they kind of need to pick up on that same energy for their team too.
Another great block. Callie Bosa with the block and also with the serve on that play. Great defense once again from this Solano team. Well, that time, not a great serve. As I say that. Point for the Mustangs. Mustangs, like we said, just need more energy, more communication. I mean, we saw, 1-16 on the season so far. That is not a good record. Wow. Again, Aguiar just hitting it into the open space. And how difficult is that if you're in that front line as you're jumping, to see where you should hit it?
So you kind of have to just see, it depends on everybody and their peripheral vision, because so in the middle of the court behind the middle blocker, that's called the donut basically, and that's the key spot to hit because there's nobody there. Everybody's in the back or on the sides or up against the net. And so that's the ideal spot to hit. And honestly, those balls are pretty hard to get because, you don't expect them. Or those are the balls you don't expect the most. So
it's been great for this front line, basically, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
To locate that and be able to do that.
Yeah, they're doing great. They're really good at ball placement when it comes to being on the court.
Seems like right there, Mustangs couldn't get any attack going right there. Great block.
Big block.
Again, number 4, Tony Camacho.
What I've noticed is number 4 on the Mustangs, she's a very good blocker.
Yeah. So far, her and number 20, Loeb Stipes, have been blocking for the Mustangs. It's really just been behind them that have been kind of struggling and not being able to get set and get organized.
Yeah, because the rally begins with the pass.
Yeah.
And if you can't get a pass up, you can't get a rally in.
As we saw right there, they couldn't get any attack of sorts. Once again, a little conservative. That's great job by the Falcons. Again, 21-6 is a score, or 22-6, excuse me. And this team is just playing quicker and a lot more energy than this Mustangs team is. Falcons with the serve.
A little scrappy.
Again, they just cannot set up anything. The Mustangs cannot. Great touch. Number 4, Gintu. Great block from the Falcons. Falcons getting it right back into set. A great block into the other side, but a point for the Falcons once again, and you can hear them getting loud and the energy behind them. And Kyla Stevenson with that serve. She's a freshman from Wood. There's another point for this Falcons team, just dominant so far.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Like, again, it's just the passing on the back row for the Mustangs that really needs to get to them.
That was just not a great set right there.
Back row attack.
Wow. Another point for this team, and that is the set right there. The Falcons take the first set, and so far, what are you seeing from both of these teams?
So for the Mustangs, you know, they obviously have a lot of work to do when it comes to their defense. Specifically, I see that they're targeting the angle, or our team is targeting the Mustangs angle because that spot specifically in the court, it's not being defended strongly. So that's like the weak spot for sure. And I feel like if they can pick up on that, like them being targeted in that area, I think that they can better defend for their team. As for Solano, they're doing great. They're staying consistent. Their passes are consistent, sets, hits. And so there's honestly not much to say for Solano except for, you know, just getting the serves in, keeping the ball into play, keeping it clean. There weren't too many scrappy plays, but overall they're doing really great. And
the Mustangs so far just did not get anything to go, and they were conservative. They kind of weren't able to get, like you said, the passes to get right, like the Falcons have been able to. Falcons have had amazing passes so far to set up the hits, and it's kind of been the opposite for this Mustangs team. And their front line has not been bad. They've been blocking well. It's just they haven't really gotten many opportunities to get any hits. So for the Mustangs, like you said, get more organized and, you know, scrappy, like you said.
Yeah, it's just all in the defense, especially from such a strong team. Like, you know, defense should be hard now because their hitters aren't bad, their blockers aren't bad. So just as they're able to get the ball up, then they're good to have clean, consistent rallies.
What do you think the Mustangs were talking about during this break? Defense,
for sure. Because when a player receives a pass and say if like they pass it out of bounds, it's called a shank, basically.
Okay.
And so, like, a lot of times back row would shank the ball into the stands, or they can't reach it because it's too far behind their head, which is why I suggested for them to push back just a little bit so they can get that. But they're definitely talking about defense because, like I said, their hitters are fine, their blockers are fine. It's just getting that ball up.
Being able to fill in those holes, like we said, I mean, in that donut, like you explained earlier, behind the
10-foot line.
Yeah. You saw that happen a few times where Solano got points off of that, and I think that's what they would talk about. That's
like the key skill to really end a game quick, or even if it was a very competitive team Solano's going against. That's like the main skill that a lot of setters specifically, since they're the ones who push the ball to any place in the court. that's what they do to target. There's a few times where we saw the setter kind of just tip it over the net to target that donut where they did get the point. And that's a good tactic that a lot of setters use in order to get more points on their side.
And the Falcons, they just have a little bit of everything so far tonight. And, I mean, I expect the same, but, you know, when if you're a good coach, coaching matters in every sport. So if you talk about the schematics that need to change and the adjustments that you need to make for the Mustangs to stay in this, to even make this competitive, I mean, you need to get some momentum on the season to be able to try and turn it around late. You know, you're 1-16, and, you know, you got to find a way to make things happen.
Yeah, it's really important to practice rallying during practice too, though.
And once again, just not being able to great serves, and the touch has not been there, and hitting it too hard tonight. And that's a point early for the Falcons, and they have control already.
Nice.
Great serve right there. Great dig, too. Falcons been great at this all night. Another great kill right there for the Falcons, and they've been able to do that all night. We just explained it.
Oh, yeah.
And giving the Falcons control early is what could be the death of the Mustangs tonight. Again, they're not getting any sets for their hitters. And great sequence of events for the Falcons. Not right there, just hit it hard right to number 6.
With such a strong team with the Falcons, the Mustangs' main goal is to not give them the serve, because they're very strong servers, and a lot of times, or when Solano serves, that's when the Mustangs have to go on defense, which we already talked about. It's not going so great.
That's why I said you could not afford to give the Falcons early control with the serves. As we can see, right there, they hit that donut right there. They had that open space, and hopefully for the Mustangs, they can get some momentum off of that and get their own serves to go their own way and not self-inflicted errors, as we get a decent serve right there. Falcons, great defense once again.
Nice up.
Mustangs recover. And another error for this Mustangs team. Falcons, early control once again. As Gintu with the serve. She's been great tonight. Another one right there, just not being able to anticipate that where it's going.
See, those serves, they're pretty hard to pick up, because what that's called is called a float serve. And float serves, it kind of just, you have to have a lot of control over those, because it's harder to get up.
And she tried it again right there.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was hard.
Yeah, it's hard. It's harder to get up for sure.
Right here, the Mustangs need to get something going. Falcons have had great defense tonight, and being able to attack off that great defense, and another for the Falcons. As the Mustangs get ready to play defense. Serve for the Falcons. Trying to set up attack. And there it is. Great defense again from the Falcons. And once again, they turn defense to offense, and their attack has been incredible tonight.
See, it's hard to defend the middle blocker when they're getting so much touches, because honestly, when the middle gets a touch, the ball can go either way. So it's hard to determine where that ball is going to go.
Oh, man, great defense right there for the Mustangs, and then get a net. Yes. And a point for the Falcons. I mean, you have great defense there, and you just cannot capitalize.
Yeah, for those balls, if it's already scrappy and you're running around, the best bet is to just pass it over with a clean platform, just so that, you know, you don't hit it into the net like what just happened.
Just like staying patient. And right there, miscommunication for the Falcons. Another point for the Mustangs.
No, but hopefully they can use the serve to their advantage, though. So hopefully they get it over.
And that's been a struggle for them all night, is being able to get a good location on the serve for the Mustangs as the Falcons get ready to play defense again, and they're ready once again. And right there, just Mustangs not being able to get there on time, and the Falcons being able to get into any crease they want. And just a dominant performance so far tonight. Mustangs need to get something going here to have a chance in this set.
I think the Mustangs they're a little too spaced out on the court when they're receiving a hit from the other side. So I think a good tip for them would to just push in a little more. It's called like that box right there on the court, it's called a 4x4. They need to be like right next to it. And they're a little past it, which is why a lot of times they can't get those balls up. So pushing in more would definitely help a lot.
Well, right there, like you just said, and you explained it, the Falcons are a lot more, they play in space, but they also are very coordinated, and they fill in that 4x4 very well. And that's what's been the difference has been so far tonight. Falcons being able to play offense to perfection so far. And once again, I mean, sometimes things just go your way. And right there, that's just what happened for the Falcons, as Reyes with the serve skimmed right over the net and into an open space. Here's where you need to attack if you're the Mustangs.
Nice.
Great defense.
That was a smart play.
And wow, there it is for the Mustangs, getting what they need, getting a rally, starting to rally here. They need to get back in this game.
A good tactic that the Mustangs could use too, since their defense is a little off, is to do exactly what the middle just did, which is to tip the ball to the donut. Since, like I said, that's the easiest tactic to do when you need more points, because it's so hard to defend.
And right there, number 20, Stives, could not time the block well enough right there, and Falcons just being able to get what's done and what's given to them. They've taken every opportunity and gave it 100%. Mustangs trying to stay in it here. Falcons, great block there.
Nice up. Oh, 4 touches.
And right there, a point for the Mustangs. That is starting to build some momentum here. Only down by 7. But you have to capitalize on it. As you can see, the Falcons have a lot more players, it seems like, on the bench. And another point for the Falcons, and the spacing just too much for the Mustangs. And the Falcons just capitalizing on all the opportunities they have been given. It's Stevenson with the serve. Pass for the Mustangs.
Nice hit.
Great touch right there for the Mustangs. And that is what they need, is offense. You start with the good defense, and there it is.
So for those, it's called a tip.
Tip, okay.
Yeah, basically it's called a tip because is what it is. They tip it over the net. Yeah. And they've been doing that a lot more definitely during this round. And every time they've done it, they've gotten a point. So I think it's something they definitely need to do going on from here.
And it seems like Solano has been attacking number 10 on Los Medanos, Teo. And there's been a few times where she could not anticipate where the ball was going, and that was just hit very hard into the open space. And Teo was not able to get there. As she gets there this time, and it's out of play. Point for Solano, as Solano is starting to feel it. 16-7. It is a timeout for Los Medanos. And what is the key for Los Medanos to get back into this?
Same thing as the first play or the first set is just defense. What I'm noticing is that, so for serves, you basically need to stay kind of like in the middle when it comes to the back of the court. You don't want to stay too far up, and you also don't want to stay too far back to where you have to run to the ball. So I think they're just staying back the entire time from start to finish, which isn't that great, because a lot of times for the balls or for the kills that Solano gets, they have to run up to the ball and they can't get there in time. And so when it comes to especially their strongest hitters outside, back row definitely has to push up because they're not hitting the balls as deep as they like. I don't know, as they can, I guess.
Yeah. So
like
for
it's
Solano,
going like right in the middle.
So for Solano, it's basically been the opposite story. They've been able to be aggressive. They've been able to get hits basically whenever they want. And for their defense, it seems like they are just covering the space and covering the court a lot more than this Los Medanos team, and that's been the difference today.
Oh, yeah, what I'm noticing, too, is that they're not, for Los Medanos, they're not having each other's back as much as Solano is.
Yeah.
Because if the ball doesn't go to you and the other person passes it up, they have to be able to have that person's back.
Great block again. But Solano gets the point. And Los Medanos just getting no breaks tonight. And that's really been the story of their season so far. As we come up, 8 more points to go for this Solano team. We have a whistle.
Oh, I didn't get to see what happened there.
I didn't see. They just blew the whistle and they gave a point for Solano.
Usually, there's always a hand signal for every meeting, but one of the players blocked one of the refs.
Okay. Confusing right there, but Solano once again on the attack and just dominating so far. And that's what it's been all night. And great attack right there, great hit. That is their strength of the team, is the passing and the synchronization of the offense.
So for
defense.
a lot of back row players,
Yeah.
being middle back is kind of hard because the ball can go. It's either left or right that you can get the ball. And for number 10, I think that she's staying too far on the sides and she has to be literally in the middle because that's where all the hits are going to from Solano.
And that's why they've been attacking her all night. And there was another point for Los Medanos, and they really need to start getting it going now. Just not been able to capitalize on their mistakes.
Straight to the middle.
It is. Again, like we just said, they've been attacking that all night, and there hasn't been an adjustment.
See, where the number 10 standing right now, that's a good place in the court. Like
she's
a little
shifting a little too much to the right.
She's shifting too much to the sides, which is not in either of their favors.
So she just told her teammate to do that, and Teo really needing to capitalize on when they do that. And right there's another point. It was barely touched by Teo. And 21-8, 4 points away for this Falcons team. And it has been a quick game. It's been dominance from start to finish for this Falcons team. They have not been down all night. And the Falcons make a substitution. Will Locke is in the game. Teo with the pass, and there's good hit. Been rare tonight for the Mustangs, and there it is with defense for the Mustangs. Teo netted, and 22-8, Falcons are up, and they can smell the victory, but the job is never finished until it's done. And the serves have been incredible for the Falcons as well. And a lot of space for the Mustangs again, and there's some point for the Mustangs. You just got to stay in it. Got to rack up the points. Here, you really have to, and it's do or die right now, 22-9. How often do you see that comeback?
You know, not often, but it's very much possible. It's very much possible. I mean, I've came back from it before in the past when I was playing, and we ended up winning the whole game when we were down.
22-10. And is that in the cards for this Mustangs team? We will find out. 22-10, Mustangs serve.
Nice.
Good serve right there. Here's the offense that we talked about, and the offense is just too strong for this Mustangs team. Solano with another point, 2 points away from victory. And the Mustangs needed to capitalize on being able to be in control with the serve, and they just were not able to because the Falcons very synchronized. you can see the chemistry on the court for the Falcons. Setting up more offense right here. And that time, just timed the jump a little too early. And there's a point for the Mustangs. Mustangs need to get something here.
You know, they can really get up there too with just really good, strong, good, consistent serves. And that happens all the time for that. Like people go on 10-point streak with just serves and just having strong serves.
That's the important part of this game, as cannot get a good save right there. And game point for this Falcons team, 24-11. Mustangs on their last limb. Mustangs trying to get offense going. Falcons, great defense once again, setting stuff up. Great tip right there. Great response for the Mustangs as we get in a little rally right here. Great defense.
Get over. Ooh.
And they barely, the communication has not been great. And that is the game. Falcons win 25-11, 2-0 on the night. And just complete and utter dominance for the Falcons tonight.
Yeah, I think just what they need to practice on moving forward is just strong defense, especially with very strong opposing teams like Solano. And just as long as they can clean up their defense and be more confident with that and their placement in the court, then they'll be able to fix their winning streak or their losing streak. So I think that's just the Mustangs' like main goal that they should carry moving forward.
And for this Falcons team, I mean, 7 in a row after tonight, and after starting the season a little slow, they were 6-11, and now here they are 4-0 in the conference. A win at home, very crucial going forward, as they are the 3-time Bay Valley Conference champions. That's 3 in a row, and they are looking to make it 4 in a row. So going forward, what do you think they need to do to continue this hot streak?
I think they're doing great with their kills. They're doing great with defense. Maybe just cleaning up their passes, or not their passes, just their plays a little more. Because there have been some scrappy plays where it's like they're running around the court. So I think just cleaning that up would just, help benefit them during the conference games. But that's really all, honestly. Their energy is great. Their communication's great as a team. And like I said in the past, that plays a really big part into the game. If a team has no energy, then you're not gonna have the energy to feel like you want to win.
Yeah, and this has been really the story for this Falcons team the last 2 years, is the chemistry. You can see it on their faces every night for last year, and even our first broadcast for them this year. We got to see their first ever home volleyball game for the playoffs, and looking forward to do that again this year. And all that you need to do is, like you said, keep that momentum going. And as I said in the broadcast, this is a very momentum-driven sport, and that's how it is.
Yeah, pretty much well said.
As they go on the court.
Oh, they're going to 3 sets?
I guess it is best of 5. Is it best of 5?
Well, when I was playing, it's 3 sets and then best of 2.
Okay,
and
so I guess it is 5 then.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess it is 5.
Okay.
So it's 6 in a row. My apologies,
Hey, you know what?
Hey, it's our first broadcast of the season.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's our first volleyball broadcast of the season. They got to give us some heads up. But it's all good.
Hey, you know what though? Mustangs can win 2 games if they really put it in.
So now that was like halftime really for now.
That was a short half.
Yeah, I guess so, but now for the Mustangs, I mean, like we said, now it's a whole different mindset because, I mean, it's 2-0 and it's do or die now for real. And the Falcons needing one more set to finish this game off.
Good start already.
There it is for the Mustangs. A little sloppy pass right there, but Teo is able to capitalize. But the Falcons' offense and defense just too synchronized. And they play to their strengths really well. 1-0 Falcons as they lead 2-0 so far. Mustangs just not able to control it.
Yeah, for passes, you never want to jump up in the air because if you jump up in the air and pass in literally mid-air, it gives you 0 to no control. Like,
so
little
it's
to
sloppy
no control.
technique right there. And there's another point on a serve for the Falcons, and you can see they're having fun on the court. That's so important to sports is chemistry and having fun with your teammates. And you love to see it. You love to see the energy as the Mustangs look to try and get some points here and get control of this game. Miscommunication on their part, but good defense, and it leads to a point. There it is, taking up the space for the Mustangs, and they're able to capitalize on it. Falcons weren't able to get the right touch on it, as they have been able to all night. And on our mishap about thinking the game was over, as another great hit.
It was out, though.
It was out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was close. That's why they put the flag up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for our mishap of thinking the game was over.
Oh, it wasn't out. Oh, never mind.
That's okay.
I thought.
That's why I thought it was nice.
It's because I thought they were rolling the ball to the other side.
Another point on a set. Dancing on the court. And yeah, we're just getting started to this volleyball season for this Solano Sports Network. And right there, just miscommunication again on the Mustangs' part, not filling their roles. And, you know, that's been the story tonight, as the Falcons just looking more coordinated. An attack for the Mustangs. Great block right there for the Falcons. Falcons setting up offense again and just getting it right in the open space every time. It's like the ball is magically going to the open space every time. It's unbelievable as they get another serve. Another great serve, and great save right there. And the Falcons defense just wasting it away. And there is a point for the Mustangs. 7-2. Mustangs are down. They still have not led at all tonight.
Yeah,
and it is still early.
Hopefully they can use the serve to their advantage.
Oh,
perfect.
Right there. That was just amazing serve. Even if she does not hit it, I believe it would have been inside the barrier. And that was just a great serve, like you said. As that's really what has been important for both teams is who is serving the majority of the time. And it has been the Falcons, but right there, the Mustangs take advantage of being able to serve. And that is why the Falcons are so good, because they are getting the Mustangs off track on defense.
See, in that back right corner, it's wide open. And it just so happens a lot of the hits go into that corner. That one needs to be covered up by one of the back row players in order to really get their defense up there.
Aguiar. Again, there's a point for the Falcons. Aguiar hit the ball so hard that it basically just deflected right on the Mustang side. And her power has been on display all night. There's a serve from level. Great coordination and space for this Falcons team. There is Teo, but defense is just too strong for the Falcons right there. Block! And the tip. Great defense so far from this Mustangs team. this rally. This is what the sport is about. Another tip. Great save, great pass. Set it up. Aguiar, great defense. This rally is amazing. Here we go. There's a spacing, and finally, as the rally ends, the Mustangs really needed that to go their way. As that's a lot of energy being used up.
Yeah, the Mustangs defense really picked up on that one, and it shows with how good they were defending the ball from touching the floor.
It seems like they have just less depth of players than the Falcons. I mean, you see how many girls they have on the sideline for the Falcons, and as there is another point for this Mustangs team, but Mustangs, maybe that is another issue, is not having the stamina that Solano has and being able to move as quickly as Solano.
Yeah, there's also a lot more pressure too on the players for Mustangs because, like you said, Solano has like basically their entire team on their side. And so, it's really, when it comes to that in such small amount of players, it's really important to be really high in energy and really like being there for each other and supporting each other on the court.
And Solano with another serve. That has been another strength for them. But what hasn't? As for the Mustangs, here we go. Mustangs staying in it, 10-6 ball game. This might be as close as it has been.
This might be their comeback.
Yeah, they need to start. This is a must-win set right here. And they serve, and that is very crucial to how they can set it up on this comeback. The Falcons the Falcons are out of sorts right now, and the Mustangs are taking advantage. 10-7. Here come the Mustangs. Falcons need to communicate right here and stay in it, keep that energy up, and their teammates are keeping that energy. Aguiar set up once again, and her power showed. Man, that has been her whole career here at Solano. As I got to interview her last year.
Really?
And she talked about how important it is to stay committed to a whole team and being together no matter what is happening. And as you can see, this team is very put together well. And that is a point for the Falcons. Great discipline right there from number 5, Mackenzie Lovell, knowing that it was going out. And that was a close call. So
yeah, usually if it drops or if the ball drops below your waist, then the ball should be out. Yeah, when you're receiving a pass. Or if you have to reach over your head to pass the ball on serve, that ball would be out.
Great defense right there for the Mustangs. The Mustangs are playing a much better game so far on the defensive end in this set. And it's leading to things like that. But great defense from this Solano team. Another rally here. Oh, great tip.
Spot.
And that was amazing right there from number 4.
See, number 4
Camacho
is really smart with her
and
tips.
she's been great tonight. She's been one of the bright spots for this Mustangs team, but she hasn't gotten the opportunities until now.
Yeah, it's a lot harder for the middles to get those like hitting opportunities as for if an outside or an opposite or oppo would be able to.
But she has been the anchor of this team so far, and
she's been playing very strategically.
And the Mustangs 12-9 are down, and there's a point for the Falcons. And the thing with the Falcons is that for them, as soon as the Mustangs get a little bit of momentum, the Falcons just get a point and take it away. And that's what has been the difference so far, is being able to not allow the Mustangs to get any momentum. But the Mustangs are playing very well on defense right now.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better.
As just right we say that, the Falcons' offensive game showing right now. Aguiar with the serve. And the net.
Her contact was just a little too low.
And right there, you just cannot give them free points. And 14-10, Mustangs showing a little bit of life here in a must-win set, as it is 2-0 for the Falcons. Lovell with that
Nice up.
touch. And here we go. Number 20 is in the game for the Mustangs. Stives. And another point for the Falcons, getting in that back middle once again. And they've just been able to do that all night. And we did say the Mustangs have been able to cover those spaces better on this set, but Falcons capitalized there. So we get a serve from Ginthu. Number 10, To'o. Being able to be a little more aggressive here.
Nice up.
There's a great up right there. Number 6.
Nice up.
Great defense so far from both of these teams on this rally.
And touch.
And you need that to go your way with the Mustangs, and they do. Momentum starting to shift a little bit. Falcons cannot let up.
The Mustangs libero is doing a lot better too.
Falcons were not able to.
That was a little close.
Yeah, that communication was not there. Did not know who to get it, but a point for the Mustangs. As the Mustangs get to serve right here is 3-point game. 15-12, Falcons lead. Here come the Mustangs.
Great.
Oh,
Great.
that was amazing right there.
That was amazing.
She barely had to jump to get it over. And that's what the length and height will do for you.
Yeah, that's why the middle blockers are always the tallest.
As you can see, they are rallying behind each other to try and win this game, and that is out. And another point for the Mustangs. They are stacking them up now, 15-14. Falcons need a timeout, and they do take it.
You know, there's such thing as too much momentum too, though. You know, you obviously
Feeling yourself a little too much?
Yeah, feeling yourself a little too much, and then now you start doing a lot of mistakes, like pushing it too far out of bounds, or, you know, your timing on the ball and hitting it into the net, stuff like that. But Mustangs are doing a lot better compared to the other two sets.
So for sports in general, it is important, very important, to stay poised in moments like this, no matter how high the highs are and how low the lows are.
Just stay humble.
And yeah, keep your poise and keeping the same mentality no matter what is going on. And that's how you stay in games like this. That's how you don't waver. And that is really important in terms of coaching as well.
Oh, yeah.
Telling your players that you got to stay in it no matter what the score is, and no matter that it's 2-0 in the sets, and that you can still get in this. And they have the momentum as the Falcons are on defense. And
Big
another block.
Wow.
Number 15 making her name known, Wanda White. And have not said that name many times tonight, but we say it there in a crucial play. Tie game 15-15. Falcons trying to rally their team together. Another great serve, great start for the Mustangs. Great tip. Responded to well by To'o.
Nice.
Another great defensive play right there for the Mustangs. And this is what the Falcons do. Offense.
Nice up.
Mustangs playing a lot more faster.
Amazing.
This defense is incredible from the Falcons. Oh my goodness, and that is what volleyball is right there. That is textbook. If you were to show somebody a clip of volleyball and how to get them in the sport, that is what you would show them right there in that play.
You know, in number 5, the libero for the Mustangs, she's a really good defensive player.
Yeah.
In, you know, the past couple of sets, you know, need a little work, but she really picked it up this set.
You can really see her impact being felt so far on this set. And right there, miscommunication for the Falcons. And now here come the Mustangs, 17-15. And the Falcons cannot let this get by them. And
see, now
they have the lead.
Now they definitely have the energy that they need because now they're up. Now they're feeling more confident. I feel like just as long as they carry that confidence through,
they have a chance.
They have a chance to get this set.
And Mustin
Amazing
Anajic, number 6, has been everywhere on the court so far. And the Falcons responding well. Falcons know how to do this. They've been able to come back before. And right there, 16-17. They know the game is not out of hand yet. But the Mustangs still with the lead, 16-17. Or 17-16. And Mustangs seem like they're moving a lot faster and communicating better. As we see right there. Into their spots and formations. But the Falcons right back in it, and it's tie game once again. We are going to have a close one. 17-17. Going back and forth, back and forth. And that can happen sometimes in volleyball. It's number 6 hits it up. 20. Oh, great right there. Great by number 20. Stives able to get it to where she wants with the power. And here come the Mustangs again with the serve. To-oh. Solano team, the smaller lineup out there. And maybe Mustangs need to take advantage of that because it's harder to block when you're shorter.
Nice up.
Great defense from the Mustangs team again. And here they come. The defense. Oh my goodness. The Falcons tie the game on an amazing rally. But here come the fans, and that is what volleyball is about. That kind of play gives you chills.
Yeah, I love it when we have those type of plays. It's always so like
get the crowd involved too.
Yeah.
And right after that amazing rally happens, we get an inaccurate serve, and that was close.
That was close, but they could really use that to their advantage to just carry it all the way through.
19-18. Mustangs right back with the lead after an incredible rally. Oh, great idea with the tip. But Mustangs are responding.
Oh, that was too close.
Falcons Aguiar, the star right now.
Nice up.
20 has been everywhere. To the other side. Here come the Falcons. Great block. Great block. Nice. And that is a point for the Mustangs. Again, defense leading to offense, and that is what's been missing for them. And they are not looking like a 1-16 team right now.
No, they're really not. They're honestly, how they're playing right now, they're on the same level as Solano.
Right now, yeah, it is clearly is. It is 20-18. Falcons dealing with some adversity for the first time tonight, and now you really need to lock in right here if you are the Falcons. But Mustangs need to continue their momentum. Aguiar again.
Ooh.
Her power just too much for this Mustangs team. In 2019, very, very close game.
You know,
Falcons looking to end it.
Since it's a really close game, I think for Mustangs to win, they just have to look out for those tips coming from the Falcons because, like I said, that's the easiest way to win it over.
Ooh, there's a tip right there, not spiking it there. And there it is. Falcons tie it up once again. Falcons are able to get momentum back. As we hear the crowd get into it, and there's a timeout. 20-20 game. This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. We want a close play.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this.
Get the crowd involved. And what an amazing turn of events. We thought that it was over. We thought it was over. We thought it ended 2-0, but because the 5 sets, you have games like this where you can get back in it.
Oh yeah.
And it's 2-0 right now, but it could really go 2-1, and then that's how you make your comeback.
Yeah.
And that's what volleyball is. That's how amazing of a sport it is. That's what makes it unique, is because no matter how down you are, you can always come back. And that's how it is. And you can't say that for all sports.
Yeah.
You can't say that for baseball. You can't say that for basketball. But for volleyball, you can, because there is no time. Mm-hmm. And all it comes down to is momentum and taking the opportunities when you can. And if you have the talent to do so, and as we see with Los Medanos, they have the talent to do so. And all it took is being able to rally behind each other, have the chemistry, and communicate, and have energy on the court. It really shows. And for the Falcons, you need to be able to gain control over this game, as 5 points from each team is needed. 20-20 game. And is out. Point for Solano, and that is not what you need right there if you're the Mustangs.
See, now when it comes to a close game like this, it's all in the ball control. You know, you can't hit it out.
No self
Hit
errors.
into the net. Like that.
hit it into the net. I feel like that might be like the sixth time we spoke something into existence, and it's 21-21 right again. And these are the kind of games that can go forever. They can go for 40 points each, and as you have to win, the rules are in volleyball, you have to win by 2 at least to win the set. And it's 21-21. Mustangs with the serve. Solano defense showing its light again. And
That was a very clean play.
great hit right there for the Falcons as she saw number 4 coming up, Camacho, ready to block it, but the location on the hit right there was perfect as the Falcons take the lead. 22-21, 3 points away from victory. Mustangs need to stay in it. Here come the Falcons again on the attack.
Ooh, a little too close.
That is out. Point tie game for the Mustangs. This game going back and forth as you start to feel the pressure if you're a player.
Oh, yeah, I would feel the pressure if I was a player. It's all about strategy now and how they place the ball on the court.
Here we go. Aguiar again.
Nice up. Oh.
That was, I thought it hit the ground. That was so close, but man, just could not capitalize on that great defensive play, and it's 23-22, Falcons lead.
You know, the server for Solano right now, she's a very strong server, so they really have to pick up on their defense.
Aguiar, and there's a point for the Falcons. What happened? What did they call?
I'm trying to see right now. Oh, so if a player is out of position on the court,
They get a point?
you can lose a point like that.
24-22, and that could bite them.
It's called out of rotation.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's 24-23, and now it is game point for the Falcons, but the Mustangs catch a break there with the serve, and now they get back in control.
So if they get this point here, they have to win by 2 to really win it.
Yep, but the Falcons can win it here, and that is out.
Wow.
Here we go, tie game once again, 24-24, and you have to win by 2. Now it will go over 25, and here we go. Mustangs with the ball for a serve. Falcons, great defense once again. Great block.
Oh, nice. That was a little close to comfort.
Oh, man, and there it is, Falcons. 2 players went down at the same time for the Mustangs, and that is not what you want to see as the Falcons take the lead back 25-24, and they can win it right here.
Same thing again
with the serve.
If the Mustangs get this point, then it's win by 2 again.
Mustangs trying to get it to that point as the Falcons can win right here. Great defensive response for the Mustangs. Spiked.
Nice.
Great defense from this Falcons team. Tip. Great defense we're seeing right now from both of these teams. This is amazing. Oh, what a play to end the game. The Falcons win on an immaculate play at the end. Wow, that was a close game.
It was.
That was, if the Mustangs showed that live earlier,
they would have been up there.
Yeah, maybe it would have not have been a 3-0 game, but it was. And that was just great by both teams to really fight at the end. And the Falcons faced adversity, and they were able to take control at the end.
Oh, yeah. They did a lot better than expected on their last set. And, you know, just as long as they carry that through and through and still, like, stabilize their defense, then they'll definitely be able to win more games.
And this has been a broadcast on the Solano College Sports Network. I have been your play-by-play announcer, Mason Flores, and thank you for joining me, Azalea Cannon. And this has been Los Medanos versus the Solano Falcons. The Falcons win 3-0 in the final game, 26-24. Thank you for watching.